Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily English Podcast, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Emma.
Hi, Emma. It is so nice to be here with you today. And hello to all our wonderful listeners at home.
It's great to see you too, Tom. I'm feeling really happy and full of energy today. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, thank you. The weather is beautiful today, so I walked to the studio. It was very relaxing and peaceful.
Oh, that sounds lovely, Tom. Walking in the sun always puts me in a great mood, too. Did you get your morning coffee yet?
Oh, you know me so well. Yes, I have my big cup of coffee right here. It's extra delicious today, hot and sweet.
Perfect. Okay, so actually, something small happened to me this morning, and I think it's a perfect way to start today's topic.
Oh, tell me, what happened?
So I wrote a text message to my landlord. I wanted to say, you could come to my party, but instead I wrote, you should come to my party.
Oh, no. Those two words honestly feel really different.
Exactly. And he actually said, okay, I'll be there.
Oh, Emma. So your landlord came to your party?
My landlord came to my party.
Okay, wait. I think I already know today's topic.
You do?
Yes. Today we're talking about could, would, and should. Three small words that can honestly change a whole sentence.
Exactly. Let's get into it.
Okay, so Emma, why do you think these three words are so important to learn?
Honestly, because we use them every single day in real conversations with friends, family, coworkers.
Right, and they look quite similar. Could, would, should, similar sound, similar spelling.
Exactly. So many learners feel confused and honestly just pick one without really knowing the difference.
And like your story, choosing the wrong one can actually change the whole meaning of a sentence.
Completely. So today we're going to explain each word clearly, where we use it, where we don't use it, and why it's actually important to know.
With lots of easy everyday examples.
Yes, nothing complicated today, just simple, useful English. Okay, let's start with could. This word has a few common uses.
Tell us the first one.
First, we use could to talk about something that is possible but not certain.
Give us an easy example.
It could rain today. This means maybe it will rain. I am not sure.
Right. And if I said it will rain today, that sounds much more certain.
Exactly. Could is for maybe, not for sure.
Okay, second use.
Second, could for something we were able to do in the past.
An example, please.
When I was a child, I could climb trees easily. This means I was able to do it in the past.
Right. And I like to add we don't usually say could for one single past action.
Good point. We don't say, yesterday I could finish my homework. That sounds wrong.
Instead, we simply say, yesterday I finished my homework.
Exactly. Could is more for general ability in the past, not one small action.
Great. Third use?
Third, and this is really useful, could for a friendly, soft suggestion.
Like your party invitation.
Exactly like that. You could come to my party. Sounds friendly and open, not an order.
Let's practice that sentence, everyone. You could come to my party.
Say it with us, everyone. You could come to my party.
Okay, this actually happened to me too. A friend once said, you could try the new coffee shop near my house.
A soft, friendly idea.
Right. But honestly, at first, I felt like it was strong advice, not just a soft idea.
So the word could actually felt gentle, but you understood it as something stronger.
Exactly. And now I understand could is really just a friendly option, no pressure at all.
I love that example because it shows how important the small word really is. Okay, now let's talk about would. This word also has a few important uses.
Let's break it down.
First, would for an imaginary situation, something that is not real right now.
Example, please?
If I had more time, I would travel more. Right now, I don't have more time. I am imagining a different situation.
Right. And second use?
Second, would for a polite question or offer.
Like what?
Would you like some coffee? This is really polite and warm.
Compare that to do you want coffee, which sounds more simple, more direct.
Exactly. Would adds a nice polite feeling.
Third use?
Third, would for something we did many times in the past, like a habit.
Example?
When I was young, I would visit my grandmother every summer, a repeated past action.
Let's practice that polite question, everyone. Would you like some coffee?
Say it with us, everyone. Would you like some coffee? Okay, Tom, has would ever confused you?
Yes, actually. I wanted to say if I had known, I would have called you, but I said if I know, I would call you.
A small mistake with the timing.
Exactly. And the meaning changed. My sentence sounded like a future promise instead of regret about the past.
Right, would have called talks about something that didn't happen in the past.
Exactly. Small words, but a big, different meaning.
Let's practice one more useful phrase with would.
The phrase is, I would rather.
It means I prefer one thing more than another.
Right. Like, I would rather stay home tonight.
Say it with us, everyone. I would rather.
One more time. I would rather walk than take the bus.
Very useful for everyday conversations.
Okay, now should. I think this word honestly causes the most confusion.
I agree completely. Should is mostly used for advice.
Example?
You should drink more water. I believe this is good for you.
Right. And it can also show a responsibility or a duty.
Exactly, like, I should finish my work today. I feel I need to do it.
And third, honestly, this is your landlord story again?
Exactly. Should used for an invitation sounds really strong, almost like an order.
You should come to my party sounds like you must come.
Exactly. Much stronger than you could come.
Let's practice the difference, everyone. You should finish your homework, and you could finish your homework later if you want.
Really different feeling, right?
Really different.
Okay, this is important too. Let's talk about where we don't use these words.
Good idea.
First, we don't use could for strong, certain future plans. We say, I will finish this tomorrow, not I could finish this tomorrow, if it's really certain.
Right. Could is for maybe, not for sure.
Second, we don't use would alone for simple present facts. We don't say water would boil at 100 degrees. We simply say water boils at 100 degrees.
Right. Would is for imagination, offers, or past habits, not simple true facts.
Third, we don't use should when we're simply describing a fact or a certainty. We don't say the sun should rise tomorrow like it's advice. We simply say the sun will rise tomorrow.
Right. Should is for advice or expectation, not for facts we're completely sure about.
These small differences honestly really matter for sounding natural in English.
Okay, so why do we actually need these three words? Couldn't we just use simple sentences without them?
That's such a good question. Honestly, we could use simpler sentences, but we would lose so much meaning and feeling.
Say more about that.
So, without these words, we can't easily show politeness. We can't easily show uncertainty. We can't easily imagine different situations.
Right, like, do you want coffee is fine, but would you like coffee sounds so much warmer.
Exactly. These words add real human feeling to our English.
And honestly, without them, we would sound a little robotic.
Exactly. I want you to come sounds honestly a bit direct, but you could come if you'd like sounds so much friendlier.
I really love that explanation. These words aren't just grammar rules. They're really about being kind and clear with people.
Okay, let's talk about real ways to choose the right word easily in real conversations.
Yes, let's do it. First, ask yourself, am I sure or just guessing?
Tell us more.
If you're not sure about something, could is usually the right word. It could rain.
But if you're imagining a different situation,
Then would fits better. If it rained, I would stay home.
second, ask, am I giving strong advice or just a soft idea?
Say more.
If you really believe something is important, should works well. You should see a doctor.
But if you're just offering a gentle idea,
Then could feels much softer. You could see a doctor if you're worried.
third, notice the feeling you want to give.
Say more.
Before speaking, quickly think, do I want to sound direct or soft and friendly? And choose the right word.
Fourth, and I want to add this one myself, practice all three in one simple situation.
Oh, tell us more.
Take one easy situation, like inviting a friend somewhere. Try all three words. You could come, you would enjoy it, you should come.
And really feel the different feeling in each one.
Exactly. That practice really helps the difference stay in your memory. Okay, let's be really clear with everyone listening. This episode isn't just information. We actually want you to do something with it.
Yes, exactly. So here's your goal for today. Just one goal, not 5.
One thing. Choose one real situation today and use one of these words correctly on purpose.
Maybe offering a friend a soft idea with could. Maybe giving honest advice with should. Maybe imagining something with would.
Whatever you choose, just try it once today.
Remember, small steps. That's something we always say on this podcast.
Always, one careful sentence today is a real, meaningful start.
And listeners, we really want to know. Comment below and tell us one sentence using could, would, or should from your own real life.
We read every comment, and honestly, we love seeing your practice.
Emma, can I be honest about something?
Always.
I think a lot of learners, including me in the beginning, honestly just avoided using these words completely because they felt too confusing.
Say more about that.
Like, instead of risking a mistake, I would just use simpler sentences without could, would, or should at all.
Oh, that's such a good point, and honestly, really common.
But avoiding them completely also means sounding a little less natural and less polite in real conversations.
So the fear of a small mistake actually held you back from sounding more fluent.
Exactly. And honestly, mistakes with these words are a normal and honestly necessary part of learning them.
Necessary means truly needed for something.
Right. Like, making mistakes is honestly a necessary part of learning.
Say it with us, everyone. Necessary.
Okay, Emma, let's finish that landlord story from the beginning.
Okay, so after I sent you should come to my party instead of you could come, my landlord actually replied, okay, I'll be there.
Which honestly must have felt a little strange.
Very strange. I never actually wanted my landlord at my party.
What did you do?
Honestly, I just welcomed him kindly, and he ended up being really nice the whole evening.
So a small grammar mistake created a genuinely nice surprise.
Exactly, but also a clear lesson about choosing these words carefully.
I love that this whole episode started with a real example of mixing them up.
Exactly. And now, hopefully, everyone listening will think a little more carefully before accidentally inviting their landlord to a party.
Hopefully.
Okay, before we finish, let's practice one more useful phrase.
The phrase is, you should really.
It's a slightly stronger but still friendly way to give advice.
Right, like, you should really try this coffee shop.
Say it with us, everyone. You should really.
One more time. You should really get some rest tonight.
Really useful for warm, honest advice between friends. Really useful for warm, honest advice between friends.
Okay, everyone, before we close, let's share a simple memory trick.
All right, here it is. Think of it as 3 different feelings. Could is a soft suggestion. Would is a polite imagination. Should is honest advice.
Soft suggestion, polite imagination, honest advice.
Say it with us, everyone. Soft suggestion, polite imagination, honest advice.
And if you're ever unsure which word to use, just ask yourself, am I softly suggesting? Am I imagining something? Or am I honestly advising?
That simple question really helps choose the right word quickly.
Try it, everyone, in your next real conversation, and let us know in the comments how it felt.
All right, everyone, that brings us to the end of today's episode.
Today we talked about could, would, and should, where we use them, where we don't, and why they honestly matter so much.
We really hope today helped you feel more confident using these 3 small but powerful words.
If today's episode helped you, we genuinely love it if you gave it a like and subscribed to Daily English Podcast so you don't miss our next episode.
Soft suggestion, polite imagination, honest advice.
I love that we made that into a little saying today.
We're basically grammar teachers and philosophers today, Tom.
A rare combination.
Thank you, everyone, so much for spending this time with us today.
And seriously, don't accidentally invite your landlord to your next party.
Unless, honestly, you actually want him there.
Fair point. See you in the next episode of the Daily English Podcast.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.